Welcome, everyone. Hope you're having a great start to February. I want to take this time to dive into some numbers and see what the market is actually doing. I know we all continue to hear that the market is hot, but is that true, or is that just some fluff that's being thrown out there? So I want to take this time to actually dive into the numbers, and you can decide, is the market hot or is it not? So I'm going to share my screen to you for a market report right here, and this is at North Jackson 38305. I mean, as you can see right here, overall there's 141 actives, 77 pendings at this moment. But what I want to do is actually look at different price ranges. You can see the difference between them. If you go to the 150 to 200,000, you can see there's 34 active, 18 are currently pending. So there's a pending ratio of 35% of that. So of the active, the days on market is 68 with an average price point of 185. And then if you slide over to the next column, you can see in the last 6 months, 24 have failed to sell, have came off the market for whatever reason it is, and 81 have sold at a average list to sell price of 98%. So if that is telling you if you list your house, the average sales price is 98% of that. And then the absorption rate is this number to the right, the 2.5 you see on the right here. That means that there's no new current properties coming on the market in that price point, that there's 2.5 months of inventory. So that tells you that the inventory is kind of low, and it's really in a seller's. Sellers really got the advantage at that point. So let's come on down to the 350 to 400 price range. Down here, you can see there's currently 15 actives on an average days on market of 88, an average price of 380, with 2 of them being pending. So there's a pending ratio of 12%. So, but then we can look at this and say, well, in the last 6 months, 7 of them have failed to sell out of 13. So there's an average 54% of them, the properties in this price range, failed to sell. And the ones that actually sold had an average days on market of 35%, and they sold list price to sales price at 98%. And there's 6.9. The absorption rate is 6.9. So that means it's almost 7 months of inventory left on there. So that's starting to move into the buyer's advantage in that price point. So this is, so you can look through whatever price point you're in. It'll give you some good information. If you are in a hot market, or if you're in a market that takes a little bit longer, it kind of gives you the ability to know where to position your property. If only one property is selling a month, then you need to be that one. So you need to learn how to position your property within that. So this down here gives you the overall market, kind of the stats that's going over in the overall, in North Jackson. Look at that. So I hope that's helpful. I'm going to put some links down below where you can for the 5 different markets that we're doing with these market reports, and you can click the link and download it yourself, and you can have that, and you can use that as information later on. Again, my name is Matt Lang with eXp Realty.